4 third-place finishes. This year, he's had one third place as Gary Gibson goes spinning around at Moss Corner and hits the tires on the right-hand side. I did see a great fly up from the wheel well just to cover, and that would be from the right-hand side. The one on the left is still sticking up, but Jeremy, that's going to put even more water on the track.
Yeah, it is. He just looks like he just locked up the brakes coming up the hill there into turn 5. And the car just swapped ends on him very, very quickly.
He had been battling with Stewart ready for that 8th position overall. Rear snapped around on him. That was a braking issue.
Yeah, he just locked up the rear brakes there as he's coming up the hill into that compression. New fastest lap of the race last time around by Ken Cook. The full course caution comes out. Stewart really does a good job there to avoid that spinning Team Perfect pedal car.
Gary Gibson still sitting pressed up against the barriers. The nose of the car is pushed out more than the back part is, the stern, if you will.
And that's going to lose him the lead almost certainly in the Masters class after this event. Came in leading, as I was saying, by 5 points over a tie between Stuart Retty and Robert Masson. And of those 3, it is Robert Masson who is looking good to perhaps even take over the championship lead in Masters after this 7th round of the championship, the halfway point in the series.
That would be very cool for Dr. Masson, to father and son leading their respective championships.
You know, he, as we've talked about, has very little experience, but he's picking up pace with every time out. Last time at Watkins Glen, he had his best qualifying effort. That was in 4th position on the grid for the race 1 at Watkins Glen, and his best result, 5th position in that same race. So you know, he's getting closer and closer to the front runners. Yeah, he's not trying to make a career out of this. He's got a very successful career already as Gary Gibson gets that car underway again. Goodness gracious.
He does. His nose bodywork was a bit loose as he got back onto the short stretch between 5A and 5B. It was rattling around quite a bit, but we are under safety car conditions. And yeah, the right-hand side of the nose is down significantly. That will need further attention on the pit lane.
He will, and he's fallen now down to the 7th position in the class. But Joel Janko is out. Stephen Dawes, with those problems early on, is still in the race. He's currently 5 laps behind Gary Gibson. So if they can get Gibson's car repaired and get out again, maybe he can maintain that 7th place in the class. That'll give him 9 points for 7th position. The race, the winner in the class and overall is 20 points on offer, plus 1 for the pole position. That has already been taken by Kyle Masson in the MPC class. There is no point for the Masters for the pole position, just the overall in each of the 2 categories.
We're seeing a picture of Joel Janko with his helmet back on, sitting behind the wheel of his number 25. This has been a lot of attrition for that MPC Masters class. Perhaps they're trying to figure some sort of zip-tied duct tape fix to get him back out just for a few laps. And indeed, Joel Janko goes rolling down the pit lane. We'll have to wait and see if he makes the hard right turn, as Gary Gibson did, behind the wall back to the garage. I don't see how that car could be let back out on track, and indeed it does go back behind the wall. Yeah, it's got a bit of a zombie look to it, unfortunately, for that number 25, but the crew will work hard to get it repaired.